Welcome to Golden Goose Tales. Today, we journey into the forest with 4 unlikely friends. A donkey, a dog, a cat, and a rooster who dream of becoming musicians in the town of Bremen. Let's begin.
Once upon a time, in a quiet German countryside where the forest stretched deep and the meadows glowed golden with wheat, there lived an old donkey. He had faithfully served his master all his life, carrying heavy sacks of grain to the mill and loads of firewood from the forest. His back was bent from years of work, his legs stiff, and his once loud bray had grown hoarse. The donkey sighed to himself.
If I stay here, I will be cast aside. But Bremen is a fine city. I have heard they need musicians. Perhaps I can make music there and live the rest of my days in joy.
So the donkey, tall and grey with long ears and a hopeful heart, set out along the dusty road. As the donkey travelled through a small hamlet, he saw an old hound dog lying by the roadside, panting heavily. The dog's fur, once sleek, was now matted with age, and his eyes carried both loyalty and sorrow. He had once been the pride of a huntsman, chasing deer and guarding the household. But now, too slow for the chase, his master had grown weary of feeding him.
Why do you lie there so sadly, friend?
The dog sighed.
I am too old to hunt. My teeth are dull, my legs are slow. My master has no use for me anymore.
Then come with me,
said the donkey kindly.
I go to Bremen to be a musician. Perhaps your growl and bark will add to our song.
With hope flickering in his eyes, the dog wagged his tail slowly and joined the donkey. Further along, in the shade of an orchard, they found a cat sitting on a stone wall, licking her paws in sorrow. Her fur was once soft and glossy, but now looked rough, and her eyes shimmered with the quiet wisdom of age. She had been a fine house cat, catching mice and curling by the fire. But as her hunting grew sluggish one morning, she overheard her mistress mutter that she was too old and useless to keep.
What troubles you, graceful one?
Asked the donkey. The cat purred bitterly.
I am too old to chase mice and too proud to beg. Where shall I go?
Come with us to Bremen.
The donkey suggested warmly.
You can play the strings of your voice alongside our music.
The cat's eyes brightened, and she leapt down from the wall, padding softly beside them. At last, the 3 travellers came to a farmyard. There, upon a gatepost, stood a rooster, crowing as if it were the end of the world. His feathers glowed in shades of scarlet and gold, though they were beginning to molt.
Why such a desperate song, Master Rooster?
Asked the donkey. The rooster flapped his wings mournfully.
Tomorrow is Sunday, and my mistress plans to put me in the pot for dinner. I crow each morning to greet the sun, but now my voice will be silenced forever.
The donkey chuckled.
Why should you wait here for your demise? Come with us to Bremen. You have the finest voice among us. You shall lead our chorus.
The rooster's eyes lit up, and he crowed a triumphant note, then flew down to join the group. The 4 companions travelled together through fields and forests, their spirits lifted by each other's company. As night fell, they came to a dark forest. The air was cool, the leaves rustled, and the moon shone down in silvery beams. The rooster, perched high in a tree, suddenly cried,
I see a light yonder. There must be a house.
With hope of food and shelter, the companions followed the glow until they came upon a cottage hidden deep in the forest. Ivy crept up its walls, shutters hung loose, and the roof sagged. Yet from within came the sound of laughter, clinking mugs, and loud voices. Peering through a window, they saw a band of robbers feasting at a laden table. Roasted meats, fresh bread, and foaming ale filled the room, and gold glittered by the fire. The donkey whispered,
If we can scare them away, we shall have shelter for the night.
So the four friends hatched a plan. The donkey stood tall against the window. The dog climbed on his back, the cat scrambled up the dog, and the rooster perched proudly on top. Then, all at once, they gave their greatest performance. The donkey strummed and brayed, hee-haw, hee-haw. The dog barked like a booming drum, woof, woof, woof. The cat screeched like a violin, meow. The rooster blasted like a trumpet, cock-a-doodle-doo. The noise was so wild and terrible that the robbers leapt from the table in fright.
A ghost!
A monster!
Run for your lives!
They shrieked and fled into the forest, leaving their feast behind. The animals laughed, entered the cottage, ate to their fill, and settled in for the night. The donkey stretched upon the hay, the dog lay by the door, the cat curled near the hearth, and the rooster perched high on a beam. And for the first time, they felt truly at home. Later, the robbers, emboldened, sent one man back to see if the house was empty. The robber crept inside, but in the darkness mistook the animals for monsters. He reached toward the fire, and the cat hissed and clawed his face. He stumbled toward the door, and the dog bit his leg. As he fled to the stable, the donkey kicked him hard. And outside, the rooster crowed so fiercely that the robber ran screaming into the night. He told his band,
The house is cursed. A witch scratched me, a man with a knife stabbed me, a beast with a club struck me, and a terrible judge shouted from the roof.
The robbers never dared return. The four companions found the house comfortable and filled with food. Although they had dreamed of Bremen, they never needed to go. For they had found something far greater, a new family, a warm house, and music to share. Though they never reached Bremen, the world remembers them as the Bremen Town Musicians, for it was music, loud and strange, that earned them a new life together.
And that was the tale of the Bremen Town Musicians. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Golden Goose Tales, where we bring you timeless stories from around the world.